I'm Deanne Klein, a member of the Centennial Project Committee for the League of Women Voters of Mason County. To celebrate the centennial of women winning the right to vote, our league chose to honor women of Mason County, past and present, who have pushed boundaries, set an example of citizen participation, and who represent the diversity of Mason County. Thank you to our partners, the Mason County Historical Preservation Commission, Mason County Historical Society, and the Daughters of the Pioneers. I will tell you the story of Xinh Dwelley. Xinh understands that excellent cooking comes from the heart and is for the heart. She creates that mystical link between wonderfully prepared food and the friends and family with whom it is shared. She connects to the community by serving local foods prepared in unique ways. Her reward is seeing the pleasure that people take in her food. She inherently understands how to combine flavors and textures so that the ingredients perfectly complement each other. She knows that the best dishes start with local source foods, and she's taught herself to create and cook dishes using the abundance of fresh seafood in Northwest waters. Remember this description, self-taught, as we learn more about Xinh's life and accomplishments. Women who have contributed to the cultural and social richness of Mason County have come from many places. Xinh Dwelley grew up in a village in South Vietnam and learned the delights of Vietnamese cuisine and its unique blend of ingredients such as lemongrass, fish sauce, oyster sauce, and tamarind. She was hired to cook for American officers in a military mess hall and mastered their comfort foods such as fried chicken and hamburgers. We can imagine how Xinh's skills were appreciated by the homesick troops. It was wartime when she, and a few years later, many others immigrated from Vietnam and came to the United States. Xinh had married an American soldier and came with him to Olympia. She made and sold her delicious Vietnamese-style egg rolls at a local farmer's market and picked blueberries, mushrooms, and dug clams. The sulfite belching mill, which had nearly destroyed the local shellfish industry, had been shut down. By 1970, the waters were clean, and shellfish was once again a keystone business in the county. Xinh began work as an oyster shucker, as so many immigrants had done in the past. Xinh's unique talents as a shucker and a cook did not go unnoticed. Taylor Shellfish Farms hired her to cook for management and VIP guests. Vendors and visitors were known to time their visits so that they would be there when lunch was served. Her cooking combined the flavors of her childhood cuisine and the fresh brightness of the fish and shellfish of our local waters. In 1996, with the support and backing of Taylor Shellfish Farms, she opened Xinh's Clam and Oyster House in downtown Shelton. When Xinh's Clam and Oyster House opened, she confessed to not knowing how to run a restaurant, yet the restaurant quickly expanded from the original 25 seats. Local and regional customers flocked to Xinh's to enjoy her unique style of cooking and her personal brand of hospitality. People from around the region and across the United States heard about or read about Xinh. Her place was a destination for connoisseurs of great food. Out-of-town visitors often asked, "Can we go to Xinh's restaurant, please?" She often left the kitchen and made impromptu appearances at guest tables, delighting in their presence and treating them to an on-the-house addition to their orders. As her regional fame grew, she caught the attention of and cooked for famous international chefs such as Julia Child and Anthony Bourdain. In an online review from 2008, someone wrote, "I finally made it to Xinh's and I'm kicking myself for waiting so long. Xinh is a genius with seafood. The marinated mussels in tahini sauce, black tiger prawns in curry sauce, and manila clams in black bean hoisin sauce were my favorites. They had dramatic flavors, yet they didn't overwhelm the high quality, perfectly cooked seafood." But beyond her fame as a cook and restaurateur, she became known for her unflagging cheer and support of community causes and foundational institutions. In a quote from the Shelton Mason County Journal on August 11, 2011, she said, "Anything I do for locals is very important to me. That's where my heart is." Quoting from Zinn's Pacific Coastal Flavors cookbook, "I love all my people. They've done so much for me." And just to mention a few local events that she's supported over the years, she has cooked gallons of gooey duck chowder and mussel and curry sauce for Oyster Fest. She showcased gooey ducks at the annual Allen Gooey Duck Festival, and for several years she hosted Cooking with Zinn as a fundraiser for a Mason General Hospital Foundation Guild. She's also contributed many gift certificates to Zinn's for local fundraising groups. She showcased Northwest seafood in cooking demonstrations around the region. Not too long ago, she cooked her famous egg rolls and salmon for a Mason County Master Gardener's celebration. Zinn was lauded in Forbes in an article that featured her gooey duck ceviche and celebrated her mussels in Vietnamese-style curry and sautéed sea asparagus. Her expertise with Virginica, Pacific, Kamomato, and Olympia oysters was noted in Travel and Leisure's article on the world's top oyster bars. For many, Zinn has put Shelton and Mason County's shellfish industry on the map. Her service to the community has not gone unnoticed. In 2016, the Shelton Mason County Chamber of Commerce honored her as Citizen of the Year. In 2019, she was presented the Mason General Hospital Foundation Flame Award. In presenting this award, the president of the hospital board said, "She is one of those people who has given generously and joyously to the Mason County community." Her culinary skills attracted international recognition, and this self-taught chef was honored as one of the nation's top chefs in Garden Week's inaugural edition of Best Chefs in America. She has won numerous regional cooking awards and was one of 10 Northwest chefs featured on KCTS Chefs 2. She has served seafood at several gubernatorial inaugural celebrations, and now she shares her favorite recipes in the 2019 Zinn's Pacific Coastal Flavors Cookbook. Everyone now has the opportunity to create those mystical moments that occur when family and friends sit down to share a wonderfully prepared meal.